Hey, welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. We are going to continue where we left off. Get her right there. Sorry I missed last Sunday. Normally I would stream every Sunday at 2, but this Sunday was my daughter's 4th birthday. So we celebrated. I thought it'd be a good time to miss the stream, and I just decided I'll make it up. I'll do it Wednesday night, and then you're still getting a stream this week. I'll still stream on Sunday, so you're getting 2 this week. Alright, let's start where we left off. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comments, like what's the story about or whatever. I am happy to answer. I don't think we're ready for color. I got ahead of myself. Let's see where we're at. Lines. Okay. Oh yeah, we just finished. He was not happy. Hope everyone had a good Wednesday so far and are enjoying your evening. I had a good day. I usually do, though. I'm a pretty positive person, so it takes a whole lot to make me have a bad day. Oh, I don't want to do that. Just cleaning this up a bit. Alright. Almost made that mistake of drawing on the incorrect layer. Literally it. I'm not doing a whole lot with an overhead view. It shouldn't be very detailed. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the line work for our bubbles. Now what we're gonna do, gonna kind of compare. Okay, so first we gotta get the correct black in there, and then I'm gonna bring that line weight down a bit. Yeah, it's too big. Although I'm zoomed in, is it too big? No, it's not. Perspective is everything. Alright. Well, that's good. We'll zoom in and clean that up a little bit, and then we will move on to our more traditional lines here. Remember, man and bot are they're digital, so we have to think about traditional lines for everything else. It's gonna look a little bit more messy. So I have a question if you're watching. Do you like comics? And if you do, what's your favorite? And if you don't, why not? And I no judgment here. I didn't start reading comics until I was in college. I started with a comic called Watchmen, which I'm sure you've heard of the movie. Maybe you haven't, but it's a pretty popular movie at one point, back in, I think, early 2000s, and maybe mid-2000s. But anyway, the comic book kind of blew me away because it was like, wow, you can tell a very dramatic story, and it doesn't have to follow all the superhero tropes. I'm feeling like I need to do something different with the shadows. I might grab a different brush. Nobody has I read comics or I don't. That's cool. That is fine. I started drawing comics, just a little while ago, but I've been writing comics for over 10 years, which is crazy to think about. Just started one day, felt like I could do it, and was bold enough to try, maybe naive enough to try is a better word, but it's a lot to learn, that's for sure, and I did learn. Yeah, that's a much better shadow. And yes, it's getting a little bit messy getting on them, but it's a shadow. So that's okay. Alright, now for the little minor, or should I say finer details. We use a fine tip for this. I just want the tiniest little... So this is the trail of popcorn that he left behind from, if you'll remember, he said popcorn me, and then yeah. And Bot is actually saying that was horribly inefficient, as the dry personality that the Bot is, and man's not a fan of his comment on his fun. I'm gonna do a bit more because there's a whole bunch of popcorn here. Just need to be careful not to make the lines too big. Because it is popcorn, not hot dogs. I don't need it looking too unpopcorn-like. Alright, so I think I decided earlier what I was gonna do is take this old sketch layer and erase the sidewalk, and then the idea was to take the road and darken what was left, and then add some stuff after that. So we'll see what that looks like. Looking good. I like that road texture. That was done with watercolor, and then I scanned that in, and that's what gives it that traditional look. And then I just use the watercolor brush digitally later to get any other traditional details I need from my my darks, my blacks, my grays, and some of my lighter grays, and that's creating an effect that visually supports the storytelling I'm doing in Manabot. here. Gonna hold this. Go into painting. Just clean some of that up a little bit. You can see pretty similar. It's hard to tell. Alright, so I think I want to extend that out. So I think that'd be kind of fun. Extend. Not feeling that. I need to get rid of some of those. That back from December. We're all done with Christmas. I'm not a big Christmas music when it's not December. Anyone have an opinion on that? Because I know a lot of people do. I'm just all about not doing that. Alright. Erase some of this. Yeah. See if this will come out. Oh crap. It comes out, but not. I don't want it to do that. Alright, any other line work? I think I'm gonna leave those traditional. I think we're okay. You can see I got ahead of myself and did some colors earlier. Whoops. Tried to do everything at once, but that's my inexperience showing through a little bit. There we go. So one thing I've been doing, I have a palette for man and bot, and then I have a palette for each of the states they're traveling through. And the goal there is to create from chapter to chapter, since each chapter takes place in a state, create a consistency throughout that chapter of color in the background, but keep these guys consistently how they look. So I'm not gonna get too detailed here. Remember, I'm gonna go in and do his beard anyway. There we go. That's looking good. Yeah, so my daughter turned 4 on Sunday, which is kind of surreal, kind of crazy, because she's had a tough go of it, tough journey. We all have, but especially her. She has she's disabled, has a lot of issues, but yeah, we're just so thankful and blessed to have her in our lives, and it's crazy that she's getting so big. Yeah, it's really cool. So we didn't know she'd make it this far. She's a fighter. One under here, because when I go in and do the skin, I don't want to have to fight with the beard. It just gets annoying. Learned my lesson with that one. Ta-da, done. A little bit of shadow. Well, first let's see where the sun's coming from here. So they're in the street when they pour it, and the sun is coming this direction. I guess I can decide wherever I want it to be. It seems to be almost overhead, so it's gonna be the backs of things. I always do a little bit of shadow in his eyes because he's always tired. That should be good. And then for the shirt, we're gonna again. Oh, we're not in the wrong. Yeah, the wrong layer. But I still want to be under the beard. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Whoops. Yeah, see, marks over it. So one thing I can do is on this layer, grab this. Oh, that's not gonna work either. Problem solving on the spot. I'm just gonna be real careful. There shouldn't be that much to even do, really. Some shadow here in the armpit and some here. Done with that. There we go. So what I should have done is the whole shirt first and then the beard on top. That's why that mistake happened, where it became very difficult to do the shading. Very easy to do, easy to mess up. There's all kinds of mistakes you can make, but mistakes add character sometimes, and other times you need to fix them. So that time I needed to fix it. Okay, I feel like that needs more to it. Just remember the sun's right overhead. So what I'm doing right now is just gonna add some more of that shadow, and then to cover that, I'll just go ahead and add the hair back. There we go. Come on. Okay, now for bot. First we'll just color him in flat. Those are called flats when you just do all the base color. And then we'll go in and add shading. And with him, I add some highlight to make that metal look like it's shining. To me, he's a lot easier to color than man, and I don't think man's that hard either. I think the hardest thing is those traditional landscapes that I'm doing. But I really enjoy the coloring part of the process. I think that's probably my favorite. You get to see everything come to life at that point. Alright, cool. Doing this because it's going to create, this bell is going to create a big old shadow on him. Actually, it's probably more like down here. Because the sun's right above. Seeing this arm's not going to have it because it's in the sun until maybe like down here, just a little. Alright. The question is, do I want to put any color in the popcorn? And do I want to color the background? I don't hear. I do hear. I didn't there. Maybe I'll do a lighter color solid here, like that with the blur. And then here I'll do more natural. Accidentally got that. This happens all the time. Something accidentally gets in there. Okay. Let's go and grab that same brownish. And then can I use paint, watercolor? This is a stylistic choice. To some it may look kind of messy. To others it may look kind of gritty or classic or whatever. The goal is to make it not feel digital for the stuff that isn't man or bot. That's the only goal. And then beyond that, we just want consistency. Now I have to go back and do a separate layer. I thought I had a separate layer. So we're just taking a few stages back. We're adding, we're going to put it under this one, and now we're going to try again. I accidentally went over the gray, and there was no way to fix that gray of Bot's arm without going all the way back. So I did go back and fix that. It's a short fix though, not a disastrous thing to have happen. So if you're new here and you're curious, feel free to type in the chat, what's this about? What is this story? Any other questions you have. I'm drawn on stream to interact with those who want to. So, feel free. I always enjoy conversation. Just I think part of my personality in general. Love talking to people and getting to know them, and of course everybody likes to talk about themselves and their projects, so yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too. If not, I'll just keep going. It's cool. What is the robot holding? That is the Liberty Bell, my friend. So he's traveling across the United States, and the robot can do all kinds of stuff, and so he's just asking the robot to pour popcorn into his mouth from the Liberty Bell, because why not? So that's what's happening right now. Thanks for joining, and feel free to ask any more questions. The story is just a fun thing I've been working on for a while now. But I just felt like it was a really funny idea, but at the same time it spoke some real serious commentary on how we create community through technology. So that's in there too. So right now we're going to get these ropes. Just kinda in here and done. Now we talked about doing the background. So what we will do, add a layer. Oh no, I don't want to create a new group. There we go. I just want to bring it down here. So this is our color palette of New York, Indiana, Ohio, spring and fall. I'm thinking almost like sky. I'll see what that looks like. And I'm gonna do, there's a paintbrush called Old Paint. Bring that up a little bit and see how that looks. Yeah, I like that. You might say, oh, it's all messed up. No, this looks awesome. So now we can go back And all we're erasing is the layer I just made, so we didn't ruin anything. All we did was create some really cool texture within the panel instead of this boring blank thing. It was very, very simple. Just get the right brush, stick within that color palette that I created earlier, and then go in and get rid of it. Yeah, I thought I was erasing with the brush I was using. Sometimes that doesn't stick on there. But Nick, thank you for joining. Maggie and I both really appreciated the picture you guys sent for Malin's birthday. That meant a lot. We had a decent amount of people do it, and it just, I don't know, it's so uplifting to know people are talking to their loved ones about why they love each other. I thought it was just came to me. I was like, that would be a really cool gift idea for Malin. Something that everyone can do. Anybody and everybody, if they want. And should do from time to time. I mean, Malin's brought it to our attention that we could lose her at any time, but that's true of everybody. So this is popcorn here, and I don't think at this point man has realized that bot can create whatever he wants. So later he finds out he can spit out jerky and Funyuns and he goes nuts for it. Just silly stuff. Yeah, it looks good. So let's finish up our erasing of this cleanup here. I always find this part so satisfying. Get out of here. Okay, all gone now. Alright. That looks good. I like that. I think I'm missing something. I guess some shading. Let's go ahead and do a soft airbrush with some blacks. No, I said black. And I want it on top. Why is the bell cracked? Oh man, isn't that a history question? I should know. Because history, something happened and it cracked, and now they didn't fix it because it represents liberty and we're proud of the crack. Sorry, I don't have a better answer. Maybe I could Google it and tell you, but history class has been some time now. I actually love history, but that one's escaping me right now. Okay, now that might look weird up close. I still don't like it. Let's see. Okay, we're on lines. It's just too blobby. It's too blobby. What I mean by that is there's areas that aren't getting coverage. So what I'm gonna do instead is create, come on, keep going, is create another layer on top of this shadow, right, for the shadow layer on top of this one, and then kind of fan it out a bit, and then I should be able to create a much softer, less blobby look. And then maybe for the background here, if I can find, yeah, we do have some. I'll take this brush that is painting old paint. Oh, I didn't realize it smeared like that. We're not gonna use old paint. Let's try watercolor. Is that giving the illusion of light? I'm gonna let this one go. I think I'm getting, sometimes you can get lost in the details and just go too into one particular thing and create too much. And for a basic comic like this with cartoony things, what you don't want to do is too much detail. So we're moving on. Almost. I need to grab the color. What is that? Ah, we got a remnant. Get out of here. Alright, still on watercolor? Yes, we are. Wait. Nope. That's why it was looking weird. We need to go back to this one. Thank you for the question, Blakely. If you have any other questions, just let me know. That was a good question. One I didn't know the answer to, so hopefully that answer satisfied you, because that's all I got. Where is that? There we go. We're gonna go back to our main and bot, and we are gonna go back to our brush for them. Remember, we are using digital for them, so they look very clean. Yeah, cut down on time. And that's one of the things they tell you to do when you start drawing comics and doing these types of things, is get your speed up, because if you're a professional, which I guess I get people buying my books, but I'm not like, it's not my job, but Yeah, not feeling the Christmassy playlist. If those come up, I'm gonna skip them. It's not Christmas. This is the same thing. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'll fix that next time. Do a better playlist. Organize. Anyways, but if you're not speedy, then and you're getting paid per page, you want to go fast, so you're gonna get more pages done. So, like repeating characters, repeating positions, and all kinds of things, you get as fast as possible. Which I have noticed I've gotten faster with these specific characters, but I definitely kind of a slow poke. It's taken a while, but we're getting there. I'm staying consistent. That's good. Another speedy thing. Oh no! I thought that would work. It did not. What kind of popcorn is in the bill? And what is the robot's name? The robot's name is Bot. The story is called Man and Bot. So the man's name is Man and the bot's name is Bot. I know, not very creative, but they represent man as a whole and technology as a whole. So I thought Man and Bot. But popcorn, what kind of popcorn? I would say lightly salted, because if it's butter, it's all over the place, and if it's caramel, it's all over the place, and if it's cheese, it's all over the place. I just feel like it'd be a disaster, and overall just big disaster if it wasn't just normal light popcorn with salt, which isn't. The next page, he's covered in chocolate, so I guess I could have covered him, but I decided not to this time. So it's light popcorn. But good question. I had to figure that out right now. But yeah, man's name is Man, Bot's name is Bot, and the only thing that's named in the whole comic, I think, is a wolf that he runs into that for a short time he names Skip. But I think that's it. Besides that, nothing else has a name. And I usually like to name things. Some of my other books, lots of things have names. To think of how I can possibly color this and still get what I'm trying to get out of this. I didn't think about that. Maybe a faded. Yeah, let's try that. Different brush. And then we'll create another layer. has to be underneath the lines. Like that. And then we'll take it, turn it down a little bit. There, now it's there, but it's not there. Kinda. And again, we're gonna have to go in and white out the popcorn. This pesky popcorn. So normally these streams are every Sunday at 2 o'clock, but I'm doing this one because of Malin's birthday and the fact that I missed it. So if you're interested in seeing me draw another time, Sunday at 2 o'clock is normally my time. This is a special make it up time this time. But if some of you like this time better, maybe I'll look at doing this time too. Okay, so skin. Just trying to remember where I was. Oh, you see what I did? Ooh. There we go. See how much more vibrant that is. The lines don't cover it up. If you want to learn more about any of my other books, you can find them matchstickcomics.com, all one word. Matchstick, and well, just like that graphic. Matchstick Comics, yeah. And I have several books there. Even wrote a novel one time. But that's where you can find that stuff. If you're curious, want to read something that's finished, since this is not. Ooh, look at it clean up. Ah, feels so good. I love doing this part. Beautiful. All right. We missed his skin on his hands. Let's go back to that. And obviously I didn't detail his hands for this one part. We're supposed to be focusing on the popcorn. So one trick a lot of artists use is when something else is in focus, you take everything else back a little bit. At least I do that. think it's a nice cartoony way to create that. It's really coming together. In about 10 minutes, I'm gonna be done streaming. I'm gonna hang out with my wife because I haven't seen her very much today. But this has been a lot of fun hanging out with you and drawing. I love to draw. Love it. Alright. Shadows there. Maybe like across here be a shadow. And down there. I'm gonna do a lot of shadow with that. Like it's unnecessary. Again, not too much detail. You gotta know when to put in the detail and when not. Because I could spend hours and hours and hours on this thing, but the goal is, and I say this a lot, but it's production over perfection. Just get it produced, get it done. A little messy. I don't mind it. Shadows do that sometimes, kind of just overlap shoes and stuff. Now this book, when it's all done, I'll probably do some release party or something here in town. So if you want to follow along and you're interested, then when everything's all said and done, you can just meet me and buy the book and I'll sign it, and that could be really fun. I love signings. They're so much fun. I like to try and share my process and that type of thing. Where's this blue coming from? I think that's it. Accidentally got some blue in there. Let's see if we can get rid of it. There we go. So if we zoom out. It kind of gives the look I was hoping for. You're focusing on the popcorn. Yes, this is slightly odd, but that's okay. I think if I do the detail of his body, that's a tough call because I didn't even have that there in the first place. But since we're coming up on our time, let's go ahead and I'm gonna add some font. So woohoo or woohoo, you're gonna go bye bye. Okay, so we're gonna add text. Dang it. Come on. Just being stubborn. There we go. road elements there to give it a feel like you're standing on the road. I might just go ahead and bring this road right on through. Oops. But first, gotta get on the correct layer. Let's go under all this stuff. Will this be a pain in my rear to get all that popcorn white again? Yes. Is it worth it? We'll see. Probably. Sometimes this is the type of stuff you have to do to get the look you want. So now, really quickly, just erase that out. A lot of this it didn't get on it. I am noticing that though. What is that here? Yeah, that's no good. That type of stuff happens all the time. It just gets leaked on there. Looks good. To mess with some of this later. We'll go ahead and do the bubble and then we'll stop. All right. Can't help myself, I keep going. Alright. It's cool, it gives it the illusion that they're standing on the road, but then you can tell from this angle they're not. They are, but they aren't. It's like a continuation mind tricky thingy. Anyways, thank you for joining me. I hope you join me again Sunday at 2 o'clock. I will be continuing on this page and then continuing on with the graphic novel. If you are interested in anything on the YouTube channel in the meantime, I have a fan art video, which I'll be doing one of those every month. I have several vlogs, and then I have 25 of these working on this book, at least, if you're curious in that. But thank you for joining. Have a great night.